Hello and welcome to Porsche Cup Challenge Euro Global Division, and wow, do we have a race here for you tonight. We're looking at about 38, 39 cars up in that range, and it's going to be an intense battle from very beginning to very end. We have a lot of heavy hitters coming in at us tonight. Philip Hammer once again showing provisional pole here at the moment ahead of Bernardo Faria, some of the favorites of the race. Philip Hammer showing that he's season champion twice for a reason. So it'll be really interesting to see how this goes. We have, once again, as I've said, some heavy hitters tonight. And joined with me in the broadcast booth is Adam Morrow.
Hey Mike, thanks once again for having me. And yeah, you said it. What a heavy duty looking field we got here at Oulton Park, outside of Cheshire, England. There, it's gonna be a wild one. Making passes with that amount of cars out here. I can't wait to see this one kick off again. A Thursday race was awesome. The Sunday one's just gonna be a treat as well.
Definitely, we had a lot of action in our America's race, good and bad, of course. This track, as we said on Thursday, it's a little bit like a tight garden path, a nice winding trail. It's not very wide. It's a lot of fun to drive, extremely challenging. One tiny mistake and you're going off. You dip a tire and it's going to pull you right off. So it'll be really interesting to see, with such a large field, who can keep their focus for the entire length of the race. We have a 15-minute sprint race. Right now, we're watching our 15-minute open qualifying. Every driver gets 4 laps maximum to try and set their best time. This is not unlimited laps. You have 4 laps maximum. What that means for the drivers is, say half the field goes, and they do their 4 laps, you still have about 6 to 8 minutes approximately in the session left. So if, say, 80% of the field goes, guess what? You've got a lot of space in that second half of the open qualifying, and that's what we're seeing right now. You can see a lot of space out on that track using that track map on the right of the screen. I mean, personally, when I run these races, waiting to the end is always my strategy because of all that open space you got. You can see Steve Kleiss has a lot of open space in front of him, no one ahead, no one behind, and I honestly, like I've already said, that's the way to go. Adam Morrow, you join our races as much as you can on Thursdays. What's your strategy for qualifying?
I'm on the same. I favor your strategy as well too. But then I was wondering, is there, pros and cons to going out on a fresh track or a later track? And does the sim take any of that laps of the other cars into consideration for temperatures or tire wear in certain corners or anything like that? Does it matter, or does the track stay consistent?
Pretty sure it stays consistent to my understanding. Track usage as you lay down the rubber will slowly increase, but very, very minimal. So I don't think that's a big difference. I would go more with the clean air.
Gotcha. So I guess there's maybe some advantage if you go out on a crowded track, you might get a little extra draft here and there. But other than that, getting a clean air, clean track, pick your lines, find your mojo.
Find your mojo. Okay, Austin Powers over here.
Sharks with laser beams on their heads.
Oh yeah, wow, $1 million gazillion dollars.
Exactly.
Philip Hammer with a pole lap currently at 129.6, a time not seen before. Absolutely mind-blowing. What is happening here? This is 4/10 quicker than second place of Yuri Steinmetz. Speechless, absolutely speechless.
Jeez.
And while we have a few more moments in our open qualifying, and as you're watching the cars go around town a few more times, if anyone does have an Amazon Prime membership, please use your Amazon Prime membership to support Porsche Cup Challenge, support the league, and place your subscription that you get for free from Amazon Prime with us. Every little bit helps. It all goes towards the cash payouts that we offer for a free to join the league, along with any donations that anyone wishes to help out with. I prefer to have the league free and accessible for those who are unable to contribute. For those who are able to, we just ask that you do, and yeah, that's all that's to it, really.
It looks like there's 15 drivers in the sub 130s, 2 sub 129s. So, I mean, come race time, geez, it's splitting hairs, really. You know, that's going to be a tight pack.
I don't even think I'm going to be able to get through all of these drivers here on our list. I'm going to only go do the top
You could do
10.
it, Mike.
I don't know. We're looking at Philip Hammer. Yuri Steinmetz, Bernardo Faria, Jamie Molema, Corey Lazarus, Gordon Ramsay. Well, he qualified, but he's just going to leave a gap because he will have to start in pit lane. Alejandro Tosi, Gabriel Duarte, Benjamin Pipe. Some of these Spanish names, I'm going to have to lean on you for this one. I'm not going to be able to finish. William Goulbourne, Amir Carr, Ruben Van Buell, Frank Smits, Bruno Heinrich, Lee Holmes, Samuel Spruill, Danny Hugendorn. Whoa, look how far back Danny is. He's got a long way to go to get back where he normally is. Misha Berger, Thorsten Seifer, Gurken Demir, Bjorn Ritter, Aaron Hall, Steve Kleiss, Jason Lyons, Alexander Wilfer, Michael Hesse, Duncan Watts, Carl Walkfist. I got that one. Alexander Redhead, Mark Oliver, Barry Clayton, Edwin Van Driel, Rudolph Dombrowski. I like that. Alistair Hatcher, Philip Straffarelli, Emmanuel Rob A. West, Matthew Mateus, Siegel, Craig Schill. So.
Nice. Well done.
Got it.
They just keep coming. What a field.
What a field. I am also going to bring up our track map I'm going to bring up the track map after. Hide that for now. I want to hide, of course, our timing tower. We want to get the best view possible of this race start because this is going to be intense. Of course, the Olton Park flag wants to be in our way.
Yeah.
Typical Olton Park. We're just waiting for a few more cars to come onto the grid. Once everyone's in their car ready to go, you're going to see the lights up just like that. You can see all of the lights up in the middle of our screen. We're going to be 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. The lights are off and away we go. It looks like Philip Hammer got an excellent start. Bernard Farios wanting the inside line. Yuri Steinmetz is still in second place. We're going to have a whole bunch of cars going too wide through turn 1. It looks like Gurken Demir got spun and turned. Luckily, everyone's able to avoid that. Steve Kleiss maybe not so much luck on his end. And away we go. Heading towards Shell's Oil's corner. Philip Hammer still in the lead, followed by Yuri Steinmetz, Bernard Fario. Not going to let them go. Corey Lazarus right behind them. And I'm going to now put up our track map with all of our data and information.
Nice. It's still a pretty clean start for the amount of drivers out there. They're going to need to settle into their own pace here, find their groove, try to be patient, even though it is just a 15-minute sprint there to see what they could find in. They really want to get in that top 8 to take advantage of the inverted grid for the future.
Definitely that top. Oh, and everyone's trying to push their luck best they can. Jeez. We're going to have a 2 wide by 2 wide in back here with Duncan Watts. Oh no, a little bit of contact, missed braking point, and a little bit of chaos. That's going to happen from time to time. It's an unfortunate thing that happens in racing. Mistakes happen, and you know what? You just gotta be on your toes at all moments of the race.
Yeah, that Hislop section of the track too is kind of inevitable. Something's going to go sour. High likelihood it's going to go there. It's really getting into those barriers, hard braking, tight corners. So hopefully those guys can recover and get back up there.
Definitely.
Nothing new up front though, Mike? Hammer and Steinmetz up there. Lazarus not too far, and Bernardo Ferreira, new guy to our league, I think, and good to see him up there.
Definitely. Bernardo Faria coming in he's a heavy hitter coming in with as a favorite for many. And so I'm really curious to see how he does, not just in this race, but all season long against some of our regulars such as Philip Hammer, Yuri Steinmetz, Corey Lazarus, and so on. We got Gabriel Duarte, who is also a new driver, battling out with Corey Lazarus, who's got a new paint job, it's looking like. This white car, he likes the white cars, it looks like to me. But this one is new. He's He's got Gabriel Duarte. This is Jamie Molema with William Goulbourne directly behind. William, a little bit of a bump just back there. I'm not sure who's spun, but that is not going to be a good time for him. It's just an unfortunate moment. And you know what? That's just how it goes with racing sometimes.
Yep, absolutely.
Here we go. Bruno Heinrich, car 77 in 7 up, 2 wide through Druids, and let's see how this goes. And it looks like a mere car able to stay ahead just slightly, but we still have some overlap from Bruno on the inside as they go through lodges. Something happened there. I think that was a self-inflicted injury, so we're going to just move past that one. Jamie Molema looks like he has some damage on his car, so he's going to be coming into the pits. And just as we said, it looks like we've got Bruno able to get ahead of a mere car in the end.
Yeah, that was nice. Both of them, giving each other as much space as they can. They didn't want to hit each other, but also wanted to make moves. Good little battle there, good little scrap. Get it over with and get back into charging now.
I've also got a notification here that Bernardo Faria has made a pass on Yuri Steinmetz, and I want to take a look if I can find it, exactly how that happened.
Yeah, that'd be good to see. I have some corner workers out there, Mike.
Yeah.
Inside scoop.
Yeah. Their communication is terrible because it's real hard to find, I gotta say. There's just so many cars that it's all getting lost in communication here.
We need it. Totally.
We need it. This is absolutely lovely to see this many cars, and with a reverse grid top 8, these 8 top spots are gonna be gold, I gotta say.
Prime real estate for sure.
That is prime real estate. You got Philip Hammer now coming around lodges for the 3rd lap now. Here we go. He's now made a gap to Bernardo Faria and Yuri Steinmetz. If I can find that pass for Bernardo, I will show it. They have quite a bit of work to do to get up to Philip Hammer, who is just dropping the hammer here on everyone, blowing us all away. I've heard quite a few people say Philip Hammer that he drives above his I rating. He's got a 4,700 I rating approximately and drives above that. How often do you hear that?
I don't know. That's a nice compliment, but he's a class act driver from watching him last season. He never gets in any trouble and just tries to duck and run, get out of there, avoid the carnage. So it'd be nice to see if some of these guys could track him down, but it's hard to stop when he's up front like that.
Okay, the timing tower is having its spaz moments, and that's okay. We're gonna just move back a little bit further in the field to see how is Rob West doing, one of my favorite buddies here. It looks like he's in a newly fresh painted car. That's pretty wild looking. Oh yeah,
I like that, Rob. Nice.
Following Mark Oliver right about now, as they're going through Shell's Oils, heading out, and now they're going to be going towards Hislops, the tire barrier chicane, which is gonna the tire barriers come out of nowhere and they want to kill you. I swear by it.
Yeah.
You think that you got quite a few inches, and you really don't. It's just, it jumps at you. That tree moved, and that tree came out and hit me. It's one of those moments. And as they head through Hislops, nice and safe, it looks like Duncan Watts is quite a bit further ahead. So he has a long way to go if he wants to catch him.
Nice to have a deep field like that too, so you always kind of have someone to jockey, someone to battle with, even if you both hit a wall or bump to doors earlier in the race. You should be able to find someone out there to latch onto to chase, or vice versa.
Definitely. And let's take a look, actually. Our previous season's amateur driver winner, Jason Lyons, up 9 spots total, just behind Aaron Hall, who's up 8 spots. So just by avoiding the chaos, staying safe, staying clean, has really great gains for both of these drivers. Misha Berger is also up 5 spots. He's just a little bit further up with that real funky paint job.
Yeah, I like it.
And he's
good to see Jason. Doesn't seem like the championship win hangover is affecting him at all. He's slotting right in and building up from last season. That's good to see.
And this is a field of cars led by Amir Carr, Danny Hugendorn directly behind, who's up 6 spots, wanting to make it 7. Ruben
Nice.
Van Buell. For some reason, I can't say it any different.
I think of like Buell, a motorcycle,
Buell, you
but
know
that's
what?
Buell. So I don't know. That's a tricky one.
We're
Maybe
gonna
you
have
could
to find
blast
out
us in
later.
Discord or something.
You know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna run with it as
Fall on
bad
the
as it
sword right now.
sounds. I'm
He's
gonna
driving
ask.
great and looking good out there, though. We're
Definitely.
butchering your name, but nice driving.
You know what? Beg for forgiveness afterwards.
There you go.
And Bruno Heinrich, after making the pass on Amir Carr, able to break away slightly. So some smoke, and that is, oh, it looks like a lapped car. He's waiting it out for all of
That's
these
nice,
drivers to pass by. That is very nice of him to not get in the way of others. That is exactly what we like to see. We have a large field, and little acts of kindness like that are absolutely required. So you can see Bernardo Faria using every inch of the track. His left tire's right on that white, not even on the track, on that little white line, trying to maximize that to get back up to challenging for the lead of the race.
Yeah, Steinmetz trying to keep him honest there. With Corey, he's hammering away. Dort, is that a new driver for us this season?
Gabriel Dort is a new driver, followed not far off by Alejandro Tosi.
Nice. Alejandro Tosi.
Alejandro Tosi. There you go. Sounds good. Perfect. I got a spell checker in you.
Yeah, careful there.
A speech checker, William Goldborn in car 666, testing his luck in that wild number.
Man.
And he is up 3 spots total in the P7. He will be in the reverse grid for the ride of his life, I'm sure. Jeez, with Frank Smits, Apex Missers driver, he's teamed up with, I believe it is Apex Missers, teamed up with Emil Koopmans, Danny Hugendorn, and that group there.
Oh,
yeah. The boys from Holland.
Nice.
So Frank Smits in 8th position. He is in the last spot of the reverse grid top 8, and what that means for Bruno Heinrich is he wants it. You can see right now, he is hungry to get that spot. And hungry he is, and he's trying to poke his nose as they head towards his lops under braking. You can see he's trying to break through. He wants to get by and into that reverse grid top 8. Frank Smits is going to have to battle for his life to hold on to that. He has 4.5 minutes to go. It's anybody's guess how this is going to go. We're going to just follow along with this story as it plays out.
Smith's holding on there. He's not opening the door too much for him. We've got to hang in there for a couple more laps. He can hold this spot.
And it looks like Bruno is closing that gap under braking as he's taking a perfect late apex out of Lodges. Getting a little bit wild, that rear end coming loose, not able to put down the power the way he wanted. As they head towards turn 1, Frank Smits is going to live another lap in P8. But don't look too far. You got Amir Carr and Danny Hugendorn want to get into that top 8 spot as well, and one little mistake from either of those drivers and it's going to put them at risk. And Ruben Van Buell, oh my gosh, Buell, I'm going to go with Buell, and then Misha Berger. These are very, very tight battles from front to back.
Nice to see Hugendorn chipping his way up front there, like we saw him in qualifying. Looked a little further down where we normally see him, but maybe just had some bad laps. But it looks like he's picking his way through. I'm sure he wants to get in that top 8, but might be running out of time. Yeah,
it's gonna be real tight. I gotta say. The only thing, it looks like a missed braking point from Amir Carr, and that's put Danny Hugendorn off the track, and he's going to have a slow down the serve, and that is not going to help his chances, but at least he's still in a great spot for the feature, up 5 total, there to gain as many points as he can. Misha Berger up 7 total, and just really marching his way to the front.
Nice drive, Berger.
Nice drive,
setup working for him.
Yeah. Yep. Misha Berger has just recently switched to triples from a single screen, and it's paying off. I want to take a look again at the leader of our drive here. Looks like Philip Hammer is in the lead. We got Bernardo Faria is in second place. He's got a lapped car ahead of him. You can see on the track map that he is not on the same lap as Faria. And then Yuri Steinmetz quite a bit further back. Gabriel Duarte has made a pass on Corey Lazarus. I'm going to have to put that down to a mistake is my guess. Here I found the pass of... Here is the pass of Yuri Steinmetz from Faria. Coming down Cascades, getting on the left side of him, and Yuri Steinmetz gives it up easy because it's really not worth battling that one out.
No, not in the sprint. Stay in that top 8, get into that feature, and then do your hard work there.
Definitely. And you know what? It's better to sometimes follow in the draft and just, save the tires if you can. Although it is much harder to save your tires in draft, let's be honest.
That is true, too. I wish I had some intel on saving tires. It's not one of my sweet spots, so I'll leave that to you.
Just easy, I don't know, smooth is smooth, and all you gotta do is smooth. Rub that baby's head like it's soft and gentle and all that, and there you go. Nice. Light hands technique, like Yoda.
Nice.
Is this gonna be our final lap? I don't think I saw Barney the flag guy waving his white. No, I don't know. Depends where Philip Hammer is and if he's crossing too soon or not. I don't know. We're gonna have to find out. Anyways, back to Bruno Heinrich and Frank Smits as they're heading into Shell's Oils. Oh yeah, and Gabriel Duarte and Corey Lazarus up ahead. They are battling it out. Corey Lazarus getting past, but not letting Gabriel break away. Oh, and Corey Lazarus wants his position back. He's starting to poke his nose. He's trying to get... Oh, that may cost him... Corey. Oh no, Corey! Oh, he may have a... Oh, and you know what? He's stuck himself into that tire barrier. We're going to just stay here for a quick moment because
that's painful.
I think that's going to have to tow. Fortunately, he can get around all of the cars when he tows. He's just watching everyone passing by. I think, you know what? This is too comical. Okay, so that's enough. There's a race going on. And there you go. Philip Hammer taking the checkered flag. And Bernardo Faria in second place. Yuri Steinmetz in third. Congratulations to these 3 drivers for the podium. Gabriel Duarte holding off the attacks of Corey Lazarus, who's now put himself into the tire barrier. William Goulburn in 6th position. Bruno Heinrich in 7th. Frank Smits sneaking his way into the top 8. Amir Carr in 9th. Misha Berger. Whereas Misha Berger in 10th, Danny Hugendorf in 11th, Aaron Hall 12th, Ruben Van Buell in 13th, Benjamin De Papi. Oh, and here's quite a pack racing right here. Benjamin De Papi in 14th. I'm going to just wait till everyone finishes and go through the list that way. There's just so many of you guys, and I absolutely love it. You know what? This is the place to be. There's a car everywhere to race, and that's what you guys all deserve for anyone who's out on that track.
Yeah, it looks like an absolute blast. I think I saw a familiar name, Redhead, there make a lot of moves, moving up the pack there, so you could drive by him.
Here is Rob West up 11 spots total.
Nice, Rob.
From 37th to 26th. What a race. Ahead of Rudolph Dombrowski. I love that name, Dombrowski. Love it, love it, love it. And I'm going to just quickly pull up our race results and go through that as best I can. We have 2 minutes, of course. And here we go. We got Philip Hammer, who was the winner of that race. Bernardo Faria, Yuri Steinmetz, as we've already been through these guys. Gabriel Duarte, Alejandro Tosi, William Goulburn, Bruno Heinrich, Frank Smits. And these will be the drivers In our reverse grid top eight, so you're going to see Frank Smits in first, Bruno Heinrich in second, William Goldborn in third, and so on down that list, with Philip Hammer in eighth position. So the ninth position will be Amir Karb, Misha Berger, Danny Hugendorn, Aaron Hall, Ruben Van Buell, Benjamin Poppy, Lee Holmes, Bjorn Ritter, Steve Kleiss, Alexander Redhead, Gherkin Demir, Barry Clayton, Duncan Watts, Michael Hesse, Jamie Molema, who started at the very front and maybe just had an unfortunate circumstance to be way at the back. Alexander Wilford, Philip Straffarelli, Rob West, Rudolph Dombrowski, Corey Lazarus, stuck in a tire, buried down to 28th. Mark Oliver, Samuel K. Spruill, Jason Lyons, Gordon Ramsay making his way from the back to 32nd, Craig Schill, Edwin Van Driel, Alistair Hatcher, Carl Walkfist, Thorsten Seifert, Emmanuel Ojo, and Matthias Siegel. So there you have it. That was the results for the 15-minute sprint race.
Way to get all through those names. Holy smokes.
Holy smokes. That was a lot of names and a lot of drivers and a lot of fun. So
yeah, absolutely.
Adam, I gotta ask you, what is your top 3 points of the race for any and all of these drivers, front, back? What would you say are your first?
Yeah, I think to try to pick off, to kind of be aggressive, but be safe at the same time because it's a long race. It's a tight course. You got a lot of laps. And the second, I guess it's a new season. Everybody's got a clean slate and know that if you're starting up front or in the back, that there's no reason why you can't work your way up from the back into the front and set yourself up, stamp yourself into the series. You're not going to win the series this first race, so keep that in mind. So there's always that balance you're trying to find. And third, have fun because this is the first round. Full grid like that, that's going to be a blast. You're going to have people breathing down your neck and in front of you the whole race. Have fun with it and do the best you can. It should be really exciting to watch. Thursdays was a blast. This one's going to be intense.
Yeah, I absolutely cannot wait. We're gonna just take a quick look at some camera views that we can get. We see if we can get the best one possible for this race start. It looks like everyone has come onto the grid. The lights are up. We're about to start. We got 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Lights are off and away you go. Some cars having better starts than others. It looks like Yuri Steinmetz, Philip Hammer. No, Philip Hammer. And that is an unfortunate moment. Just a little bit. Was that Philip Hammer? It was Philip Hammer.
It was, ouch.
Ouch. That is going to hurt him in the long run. He had an excellent sprint race and a little bit of bad luck in the feature. That's just how it goes sometimes. We've now got Frank Smits out in the lead. William Goldborn into second place, up 1 spot. And there is Gabriel Duarte being aggressive right at the very beginning, just before Shell's Oil's corner, taking second spot. Bernardo Faria also having a lot of good luck, up all the way up into 4th. 3 spots total gained already. Yuri Steinmetz having to avoid that car that didn't launch very well at the very start. And now he is right behind Bernardo Faria. Oh, and Bernardo Faria trying to get extra aggressive, taking off through. Oh, and that is going to hurt. He's going to have to go down a whole bunch of spots, serving that slowdown, but with his pace, I'm sure he'll be able to make it back in no time.
Kudos to him. He didn't take anyone else out. He didn't take himself out. He just thread the needle to get off the track there and got back on safely. So kudos there. And Frank Smets, man, way to own it. Way to get the start and go. I love to see it.
Definitely, and that is a very good point you bring up, that, you know what, he made a mistake. He went as aggressive as he could, made a mistake, and didn't take any other drivers out. That's what we love to see, is that act of kindness towards others. You know what, that goes a long way in a long season.
Yeah, right? You said you don't want to be making any enemies the first round that have put a target on your back throughout the rest of the season and just make your life even harder. So that was a nice move. And like you said, Mike, he has the speed to come back through the field, so make this one even more fun to watch.
Definitely. Something's happening at the very front of my. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay. Timing tower has its spaz attack from time to time.
Yep.
Just a
And
little
who knows what
technical
Barney's
glitch.
doing up there?
Yeah. Blame Barney. Always blame Barney. I like it. I like it. We've got now here. This is William Goulbourne, who has now been passed by. Oh, yeah, he's now been passed by Gabriel Duarte. So Gabriel Duarte now up ahead. William Goulbourne holding his own. Yuri Steinmetz now wanting through. And all of these drivers, this is just absolutely crazy, crazy race. The reverse grid is testing everyone in every way possible. Yuri Steinmetz closer than ever to William Goulbourne. Is he going to go for it? Nobody knows. It looks like he's backing off just a little bit and wants to bide his time, find the perfect space, and save the tires best he can. Wait till the end. It's a long race to go.
Yep, find a little slow spot that his competitor has, and try to find a weakness where he could dip in and get by without any carnage. Because there's some fast boys behind him too. You know, Hugendorn, Ferreira, Berger's back there. These guys are going to be like a dog on a piece of meat if any of these guys slip up.
And the way that our point structure works is you have to place well in both races. You don't have to win both races, but placing well in both races is the key to success, especially for the entire length of a season. So if you win the sprint race and then you place P5, oh, and there you go. It looks like Danny Hugendorn going wide in Shell's Oils, locking up a tire, a little bit under braking, allow Bernardo Faria to make a pass and get closer to where he wants to be. His next target, of course, is Bruno Heinrich, who's definitely holding his own. Ahead of him is Yuri Steinmetz and William Goulbourne, and they have actually gotten even closer to Gabriel Duarte and Frank Smits. Frank Smits has a hell of a task on his hands. Car number 62 is not the car I would want to be in right now. With the strength of field directly behind him, I'd be shivering in my boots. I don't know about you, Adam, but I would be.
I would be too, but I got to give him credit. I mean, he's going on lap 4 here. So, Frank, you belong up there. Don't let these guys by and keep putting these laps out. And
there's Yuri Steinmetz making that late desperate dive on William Goulbourne into Lodge, trying to poke his nose, trying to get through. Oh, and just a little bit too much throttle, a little bit too excited, and spinning. That is an unfortunate end for Yuri Steinmetz. A great try to try and get by. That's what we love to see. Race as hard as you possibly can. Sometimes you're going to make mistakes, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're a big winner, sometimes you're a big loser.
Yeah, exactly. And then Hugendorn's watching all that, probably thinking, okay, glad that's over with. Picked up an extra position and get back underneath these fast guys that pull him along. So that's a bummer for Steinmetz, though. I hate to see that, especially with a guy with such speed that can make it through the fuel layup. But doesn't take much with these Porsche Cup cars, that's for sure.
And what that's done is actually placed Bernardo Faria currently in the points winning position for this race. So if Bernardo Faria makes up even a few more positions, he's going to be in a real good spot after one single race. And so I'm really excited to see how this goes all season long, testing some of our previous season champions. Like this is, you know what? This is actually really exciting. For the amount of cars on this field, for how tight this track is, this is a great race. Bernardo Faria wanted to take that inside under braking. Wow, Bernardo Faria handling that car very cleanly, not losing control in the slightest, under braking. That is a tough pass to make, and he made it happen. And what that's done is actually allowed the door to open for the likes of Danny Hugendorn as well. Car 992 trying to break on through Bruno Heinrich, not able to capitalize, but now he's closer than ever. And that's actually built a gap for Bernardo.
Crazy, just that slight lift. Goulbourne, I'd like to think he lifted just a slightly so they wouldn't bump in that corner, and then all of a sudden Hugendorn can suck right up in there, try to make a pass, and then look at the gap that Bernardo has there just from that one little corner. Bernardo going.
Bernardo Faria locking up a tire into Shell's oils, and that is not going to do him a service. That's bringing Bruno Heinrich right back on his tail as they head towards Hislop's chicane. It looks like Bernardo Faria is he's showing a little bit of a defensive line, trying. Oh no!
Yeah, he's.
Oh, and that is intense, and that is the challenge of Porsche Cup Challenge with these tires, with these race formats. You have to be great in trying to pass everyone and last the entire length of the race. It is not easy on this garden pathway.
Yeah, he's definitely burned him up there. He needs to do a little pulse check there, take a breather, know that he's not in the worst position. You know he's got the speed, and just like casually chip his way up front, because stuff like that's going to happen. Who's that? Uh-oh.
That is Aaron Hall in the two-face car going off. It may have been a bump, it may not. I am not sure exactly what happened, but there goes Aaron Hall.
Driving so well.
Driving so well. He was up very, very high, and now not so much. And actually, don't look too soon. I don't know how this happened, but Frank Smits, I don't even know where he is anymore. Frank Smits is gone. William Goulbourne is now the leader of the race with Gabriel Duarte in tow. And Bruno Heinrich, Danny Hugendorn, Misha Berger. Wow, Misha Berger up 5 spots. Danny Hugendorn up 7. And if I'm calculating this right, Danny Hugendorn and William Goulbourne, Danny Hugendorn, and Misha Berger are currently the points winners for the race.
Wow, because I've been watching Danny over the last season too. He always has that one pretty close to thrown away kind of screw up, but then after that, he's a man on a mission. So hopefully he's got that put behind him already, and that doesn't happen, because he's driving great, and like you say, he's in shape to get the win. That's huge.
Definitely. Here's Philip Hammer trying to regain some of the positions he lost. Of course, it is a very long race. There is 21 minutes to go. So you never want to give up too early, just as Bernardo Faria has done, just as Yuri Steinmetz has done. Don't stop, move it. Philip Hammer trying to break his way through the field, gain back some of those points that he's lost. Corey Lazarus not far behind. He's got Jason Lyons, the amateur division champion from last season, directly in front of him. Looks like Corey Lazarus getting an excellent exit out of Druids. Is he going to make a move on the inside, under braking? He is poking his nose. He's showing the intentions, but not able to get up alongside.
Jeez, Lyons driving great. Lazarus too, after getting stuck in that barrier there. Holy smokes! And just littered with cars in front of me. It just never ends.
Absolutely never ends. And if I can find that notification of
Gordon Ramsay's up quite a few spots too, if I'm seeing that correctly. That's a great drive coming from the back like that.
And there's Corey Lazarus making an overlap just before Shell's Oil's corner. This is going to be too wide, and is Jason Lyons going to give it up easy? No, he is not. He is defending that as hard as he can, and just up ahead there's a little bit of chaos with Steve Kleiss, and that is going to allow maybe a 3 wide. Oh, Duncan. Wow, this is intense. This is a 2 wide as they head towards Hislop's, led by Jason Lyons ahead of these 2 cars. Duncan Watts deciding to back out, let these guys have it, and survive. Surviving is the name of the game. And I've actually now found the notification of how did Frank Smits go off of from the lead of the race. Oh, and there's just a little bit of a bump. That is unfortunate, and that is just and that is the exact moment that put Frank Smits a little bit further back.
Gotta love that first. What do you hold on for 5-6 laps up front? That was it's a great run, great experience to be up leading the pack like that. Your nerves got to be going nuts leading the pack like that, and if he could recover and stay in the top 10, it's still a good show for the first round of the season.
Definitely. Frank Smits is still in P7. He's not far back. He's just exit Cascades, heading towards Shell's Oil, so it's not like he's in a bad spot overall. He's still very much a big winner in the race so far compared to some of the other drivers.
Yeah, it's always hard to recover after something like that. So he seems like he's settled in, so good job there.
I actually want to take a look at here, once again, Philip Hammer, just to see. It looks like he has made it through. Corey Lazarus able to make it through Jason Lyons. So they are slowly breaking through the field. Bernardo Faria, actually, I don't even know where Yuri Steinmetz is. It looks like Yuri Steinmetz is out of the race. Yep, and there he is, unfortunately. That is a real bummer after a hell of a performance in that sprint. Bernardo Faria even closer than ever on Bjorn Ritter, and Bernardo Faria trying to get back up to where he feels he belongs.
Nice. Yeah, see how tough these guys make it on them trying to get up through the pack like that.
Oh, it looks like we've got too wide through. Wow, a too wide through Lodges with Lee Holmes and Frank Schmitz. And directly behind is Jamie Molema, who's made up a lot of positions. Oh, and this is not a place to go wide and understeer, and neither of these cars did. And Bernardo Faria off in the background. Oh,
Whoa.
no. That is, I'm not sure what happened there, but we're going to have to skip that right now because there's action in front of us. Oh. A little bit of a spin from Lee Holmes. Unfortunate situation. Bernardo Faria making a few passes because of that. Jamie Molema able to stay safe and still stay in a really great position here. Wow. You know what? I gotta ask you, if you were William Goldborn right now, what would be your thoughts? Oh! And that looks like Gabriel Duarte making a mistake on his braking zone. That is a heads-up play from William Goldborn to let him go. Avoid collision. That could have been absolute chaos. That is great heads-up play from both of these drivers. Excellent. That's what it takes to be up at the front, and that is exactly why William Goldborn is in the lead of the race right now.
Yeah, if I'm Goldburn right now, yeah, own it, dude. Don't just kind of lock into your laps and be in tune with your car and tires and run as best you can, and don't let anyone by. Protect those insides and be a bit of a jerk. I mean, you gotta hold this. You've been through so much in this race. You're almost halfway through. Own it and you go for the win, man.
Definitely agree. I want to actually just take a look at how did Bernardo Faria go off track. Oh, it looks like it looks like he got bumped in the braking zone. That's an unfortunate, not under his control type of moment. Luckily, he's able to still stay in a good spot up in P11 and just maximize his overall experience and overall points of the race.
Yeah, and kudos Gordon Ramsay up to 10th. I mean, that's got to be the highest mover and shaker in this race, no? How many spots is that? 22?
22 spots. Holy smokes, Gordon Ramsay. He now has Bernardo Faria directly on his tail. So it's anybody's guess how this is going to go.
Yeah, good luck getting by him there, Faria.
Faria is going for the inside. I don't think he's going to make overlap in time. Oh, and he is. Gordon Ramsay is going to give him the space, but actually stay ahead. And this is quite a battle from these two. This is intense. Gordon Ramsay getting a little bit wild under acceleration, and Bernardo Faria trying to break through. Both of these drivers trying to do as cleanly as possible, as you can see right here. And this is just heads up racing from both of them. Absolutely intense, unbelievable. These guys both have their heads on a swivel. And you know what? Yeah. You got Jamie Molema, the third car in here, who's looking to break through as well. He has front row pace, and he is now just watching from the sidelines as these cars battle out in front of him on a very narrow track that we've got right here.
Yeah, what would you be thinking if you're Ramsey right now? You picked off all those people and you're under pressure from some heavy hitters. What's your you still going gung-ho as hard as you can, or are you kind of
I think if I was Ramsey, I would just run the cleanest defensive lines that I can, and if a guy gets by me, I'm going to let him by. If not, then that's okay too, because my end game is actually the last 10 minutes of the race. Bernardo Faria getting an excellent launch out of Shell's Oils, and he is definitely going to get up alongside Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay is throwing a little bit of a defensive line. There is the intent shown by Bernardo Faria into... a little bit too much excitement from Bernardo Faria, and it's just an unfortunate situation. But Gordon Ramsay up 22 spots, 20 spots, a lot of spots. He's,
Yeah.
you know what? He's having a great race, so it's really nothing to scoff at, I gotta say. Oh no! And Bernardo Faria having a slowdown that he's having to serve. A little bit of that, and a little bit of maybe giving that position back because he feels bad. But you gotta keep trucking along and look forward.
Yeah, that Hillsops area there, that's just a section that brings out the worst in racing situations. It's a teaser coming down in there. You think you make a move, but then you got that tight right and left, and it eludes disaster most of the time, So it's a bummer to see those guys make contact, but knowing how I've seen how both them racing, I kind of expected some sparks to fly somewhere. Just a bummer it was like that, but it looks like they're back on track and doing all right.
And the biggest winner from that, of course, was Jamie Mollema, who is an innocent bystander in all of the action, waited it out, and then basically got a few freebies. So that's a great example of, see, it's basically what I was trying to say is, you know what? Throw a clean defensive line, and if the guy gets by, then let him by. Because a lot of times, something's going to happen because people get aggressive. When people are racing, they go all out, and you know what? I do not blame them. I do too. This is racing. And there you go. Looks like Gordon Ramsay making a little bit of a mistake under braking. He's gonna have a slowdown. He's gonna have to serve, but Philip Hammer has now made a gap. He's all the way up into 12th position after that first lap incident. But
wow, nice.
Like I was saying, you know what? We're all racing here. We gotta go all out. Oh no! And
Jeez, guys, what's going on?
let's just take a look at how did that one happen. Oh, it looks like Thorsten on the outside. You know what? This is just a whole bunch of drivers being racing drivers, not wanting to give an inch, and it's
ran out of real estate.
Yep. Ran out of real estate.
That's a shame.
It's definitely a shame, It's back to just a little bit of patience and accepting the position you're at can go a long way. And here's William Goldborn getting a little bit wild in Shell's oils, and that is bringing Bruno Heinrich even closer to his rear bumper. Gabriel Duarte in a great spot in P3. He may be our points winner of our race. One of these drivers, they're having a great drive, I gotta say. Misha Berger in 4th position, up 4 spots. Danny Hugendorn up 6 spots. He had a great sprint race. We've got Alejandro Tosi. Frank Smith's a great drive as well. After a little bit door banging earlier, Frank Smith's still in a real great spot. Benjamin DePapi, followed by Jamie Mollema. Really curious to see what you think. He's going to have that same patient atmosphere with this driver here.
I think he will. From the little I've seen him drive and just what you pointed out in that last situation, I think he does. I think he's got that kind of situational awareness. He knows there's bodies and cars flying off the track every lap, and why add to any more risk to it and start picking guys off? Because if he keeps to that strategy, why change it now?
Definitely. And it looks like that putting on that pressure and being real close, maybe it's adding some stress to Benjamin DePapi. And so it's anybody's guess how this is going to go. He's got a great exit out of Cascades. Is he going to be able to get that overlap up the inside into Shells? Nope, not quite. And this is a bit of a crapshoot under braking into Shells. The main strategy anyone should be going with is to close that gap, get an excellent exit out of Shells, just as Jamie Mollema has done right here, so that you can take the inside, outside, whichever you want, whichever's available, into his lops. And there you go, Jamie. Oh, and he wants to back out. He's thinking better of it at the current moment. Oh no, and just up ahead.
Oh, another slowdown. Is that Hugendorn slowing down?
Dang. And that is Misha Berger. It looks like Misha Berger went off the track. I want to just take a quick look at how did that unfold. Oh, it looks like both of them
Whoa.
getting really, really excited under braking, not able to actually make it. You know what? It's
That
just
could have been
how
a
it
lot
goes.
worse. So
That could have been
that
a
was that.
lot worse, and these drivers staying on their toes, able to save their car, save their race, and they're still up in a great spot.
Yeah, Burger's having a great drive.
And here is Jamie Mulema, who has made it by Benjamin. Let's just take a quickie look at how did that one happen. And out of Druids, Jamie being patient,
Nice.
nice, easy
Yeah, and
pass,
just
and Benjamin letting off the throttle. Oh, and just
yeah,
a little bit of a drift. I don't know. There you
nice.
go.
That
There
was
you
nice.
go. That was beautiful pass, beautiful patience, and it's paying
Yep.
off.
Yeah, Benjamin could tuck in there with him and collect a couple more guys.
Let's take a look a little further back because there's action not just at the front, but also at the back, in the middle, absolutely everywhere. Oh, it looks like Lee Holmes trying to make a move on Alexander Redhead. He wants through as they head into the braking zone of Shell's Oils. And just like I was always saying, the
Whoa.
goal is to get closer. It looks like Jason Lyons making a little mistake going wide under braking. And there's Lee Holmes breaking on through, getting by Alexander Redhead. And not far back is Gherkin Demir, who's made that pass now on Jason Lyons. Jason Lyons, I think, just getting a little bit too excited under braking into Shell's Oils, and that's what's brought him off the track. Gherkin Demir
Had a
looks
little
like he's
help from Demir there, but we'll see.
maybe, maybe
Leave it
not.
as is.
Did he? I don't know. Let's take a look. I don't think he did. Let's see. Nope. Oh, there was just a little bit of a helping hand.
Just pushing in there hard. It's all right. Back on the track would be fine.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
And William Goulbourne has gone off the track.
Oh no, where is he?
I want to take a look at exactly what was happening right here. Oh, it looks like into Cascades too wide, and that is a risky situation.
Whoa.
William Goulbourne trying to gain that overlap, under braking and getting a little bit too excited, and he is off. Fortunately, he's still in P9, so he's got a great race to go still. But you know what? Saving these tires for the length of the race. There is now 6 minutes left. This is, you know, this is
No
where,
mistake like that.
yeah, this is where the race is at. Philip Hammer, wow, up into 10th position.
Driving like a man possessed. He's just going for it. Wait, not. I love the no quit attitude, man. That's awesome.
Absolutely, the no quit attitude. And you know what? Sometimes incidents happen, and you just have to think like water falling off your back, whatever. Let it all go. Don't get more aggressive because of the incident that happened. And this is exactly textbook at play right here from the car number 60 as he's going along in the track. Not taking it too seriously, just driving out for fun. Winner of the sprint, now up into P9 in our feature after basically starting at the very back, without being extra aggressive, changing his driving style, and it's paid off. Absolutely
That's
paid
awesome
off.
drive, yeah.
Awesome drive.
Good points too, and long season. You might look back at those bad races that you have that you salvage points are the ones that win you championships, and he's no stranger to that.
Definitely. And Bruno Heinrich is now in the lead of the race with Gabriel Duarte, Alejandro Tosi. This is, I gotta say, this is absolutely wild. This is mind-blowing. This is
These top four, are these all new guys? For me, they are.
Top four, all new drivers this season. I gotta say, is this exactly what you expected tonight, Adam?
I didn't rule it out for sure. I knew, some of the original, the OG guys with their speed and stuff. I said, well, if they get a good start, they're gone. But you just never know who's going to show up. You never know who's going to have a good day or a bad day. And that's why we line up and race and test ourselves weekend out and week out, So I love it. Looks great. And it looks like Hugendorf and Berger keeping them honest back there.
And here is Jamie Mollema testing his luck on Misha Berger, taking the outside on Lodges, and that is not an easy line to take. Misha Berger forcing that defensive line, forcing him to take the long way around, and Jamie Mollema having that perfect patience that we've seen all race long, not trying to push his luck too much, but position his car just right to try and get by.
Yeah, great drive by Berger, and he's got to be thinking, Hugendorn's up there in 5th, and might be a little out of reach, time running down, but you always want to be thinking, Hugendorn's in 5th. I'd love a top 5.
Anywhere in the top 10 is a great spot to be. Misha Berger up 4 spots total. Jamie Mollema up 16 spots total. What a stellar drive from car number 20.
Just looks totally unfazed, lap after lap, just letting the race come to him.
Definitely. A little further back, tire barrier Corey Lazarus, car 85, is heading into Shell's Oils. He is on a bit of an island right now, driving on his own, up 15 spots total.
He's been working hard.
He has been working hard, working
Chopping
it.
wood, as I like to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Making a good recovery drive for sure.
A little bit further back is Gurkin Demir, Alexander Redhead, Carl Walkvist, car 24, another new driver, followed by Duncan Watts. Samuel K. Spruill coming at us from the World Down Under of Australia, same as Corey Lazarus. Both of these boys waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning to race with us. Absolutely incredible. Barry Clayton coming with us this season once again. Did a few races with us last season. He's gonna be looking like participating again this season. Love to have him.
Nice.
Always a good driver to see out there. Aaron Hall in his two-face car, followed it looks like actually Alistair Hatcher is quite far back. And then I think a bunch of these cars are a lap down.
Yeah, been caught up in crashes or some kind of carnage throughout the race. They're just kind of circulating, trying to get in there.
Yeah, and now on the right side of our screen, a few minutes before the end of our race, I've pulled up a track map with positions of everyone within the race to show where they're at, how far away everyone is from each other, and basically who is a lap car and who isn't.
Nice.
Nice.
And really, those top 9, 10 cars are still, not far from striking distance from one another.
Yeah. The top 2 cars look to have pulled quite a gap, and they are comfortably ahead of P3. P3 is now just heading through Lodges with, it looks like, I clicked too far. It looks like going a little bit wide. Oh no, that is a lapped car. That is a lapped car, and he is letting Danny Hugendorn through. That is an appropriate move. He is letting Misha Berger through, Jamie Mollema through, and he is allowing the race to continue. And what is your favorite saying?
Nice. Oh, my favorite saying from the Ricky Carmichael, the motocrosser: you see a blue flag, there's a race going on, and you ain't in it. Get out of the way.
Yeah.
So kudos to that guy, to being a gentleman and letting these guys race.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. You got a long season ahead, and you know what? People are going to remember your name. They're going to remember your car. You may as well make a good first impression.
Yeah, absolutely. Get some allies out there is always good for a long season, for sure.
Yeah, and now we have Philip Hammer up into P9, getting closer and closer to Benjamin DePape. Jeez, what a run. What a monster. Nobody. It is just absolute hammer time all the time.
Seriously.
I gotta say, it looks like Jamie Mollema has a little bit of damage, and I think that's what's holding him back from making a pass. As soon as he pulls out a draft, or anywhere really, he's got some extra aerodynamic drag, and that is just not helping his case. I'm wondering if Misha Berger is going to play the easy route, or if he's going to make this guy work for it. You know what? I think Misha's going to make him work for it. What do you say?
Yeah, Misha, I'd be bummed if he didn't. You got to make it work, even though.
And there is. That is
Yeah.
it. And that was actually the last lap of the race. Bruno Heinrich coming in first place. Gabriel Duarte in second. Alejandro, we've got Alejandro Tosi in third place, Frank Schmitz in fourth, Danny Hugendorn in fifth, Misha Berger in sixth, Jamie
Nice,
Molema
nice.
in seventh, Benjamin DePapi in eighth, Philip Hammer in ninth, Amir. And I'm actually just gonna wait for everyone to cross the line and see them as they go. There's Duncan Watts, Samuel K. Sprout, Corey Lazarus. He's I don't know if he's gonna make it.
Oh,
Oh. You know,
Corey,
I
come
think
on.
I think Corey's just in love with the rubber, the tire barriers, and that he's just in fetal position permanently.
Yeah. Always put a
Anyways,
hole through his monitor with his fist.
yeah. And here's Gordon Ramsay just coming across now, followed by here Edwin. Edwin coming across. It looks like Misha Berger just wanted to do a victory lap.
Nice.
And now I'm able to pull up our race results. And there is our race results. Congratulations, Bruno Heinrich, for winning that feature race. Wow, so much went on, so much chaos. Congratulations, Bruno Heinrich and Gabriel Duarte for being in P2, and Alejandro Tosi rounding out the podiums. Frank Smith, what a wonderful drive, starting on the front row and staying up in the fourth position. Great performance. Danny Hugendorn, all the way up into fifth. Misha Berger in sixth position. Wow, what a wonderful drive from this Swiss car of number 5. Jamie Molema, car 20, all the way up into 7th. Benjamin Poppy in 8th. Philip Hammer, recovery drive, all the way in the 9th. Amir Carr being consistent and just staying up into 10th. Bjorn Ritter into 11th. Lee Holmes, home track for Lee Holmes. He's all the way up in the 12th. Gurkin Demir in 13th. Alexander Redhead 14th. Carl Walkvist, like that name, in 15th. Duncan Watts 16th. Samuel K. Sproul in 17th. Barry Clayton in 18th. Aaron Hall, after that little bit of a crash we saw at Lodges, down to 19. Unfortunate to be bumped all the way down to there. Corey Lazarus in 20, Alistair Hatcher 21, Michael Hesse 22, Rudolph Dombrowski 23, Gordon Ramsay 24, Edwin Van Driel 25, Steve Kleiss 26, William Colborn all the way down to 27th after that run. And then Philip Straffarelli in 28, Jason Lyons 29, Thorsten Seifert 30, Alexander Wilfert 31, Rob West 32, Bernardo Faria, unfortunate situation to be all the way up into where he was at and then down to 33rd. I'm expecting Faria to come back next week for with a lot of pace and really make his name known within the league. I'm sure he's going to come back real strong. Craig Schill in 34, Mark Oliver 35, Ruben Van Buell in 36, Yuri Steinmetz 37. There's another driver who's going to be coming back strong next week at Interlagos, and Emmanuel Ojo in 38. So Adam, after watching that, what do you think? What are you thinking after that? And also, I see Finding Pace in our chat saying P16 for our Steady Eddie Duncan Watts. That is a great drive.
That is a great drive. Yeah, nice drive. Yeah, I mean,
steady.
I got to watch it all over again, honestly, because there's just so much stuff going on. But it's a new season and a couple new guys up front, which is awesome to see. Heinrich drove awesome. Duarte, Tosi, Smith, it was awesome seeing him. Sometimes it looks as unfavorable to start at the top of the grid with the reverse grid, but he owned it for the first 5 to 10 laps, I want to say. And then the regulars, Hugendorf and Berger, 5th and 6th, great drives. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where some of these faster guys like Hammer getting caught up at the beginning there, and Mariah sounds like he's got some speed, but we've yet to see it. So let's go to round two and see what happens.
Yeah, and with the next round, it's going to be a much wider track, and so that's going to allow.
Interlagos?
Yeah, I believe that is Interlagos next.
Nice.
Yeah, Interlagos is next, so it's a much wider track, and so it's gonna leave a lot more room for these drivers to play. So I'm super stoked to see how that plays out, just as this race played out, and that is just you know what, this is going to be an absolute blast of a season. I hope every one of these drivers, front, middle to back, even if you've had a good race, bad race, doesn't matter, don't give up, because it's actually going to be great season. Every Sunday. And if you know what, if you like the league enough, use your Amazon Prime to subscribe. And if you like it even more, please give a donation. It helps the league stay running. And yeah, so Adam, you got anything left to say?
No, I think just kudos for everyone showing up here, making this a great day of racing, and Mike, obviously, for pulling everything together.
Yeah, and I think that is our race for the evening. Congratulations to all of our winners. Congratulations to everyone who just finished the race cleanly. And you know what? Great job to all of you. I can't wait for next week, and I'll see you guys all then. Okay.
Control, will you help me?
When I lost control, we are lost. Yeah, we lost control. Yeah, we lost control.
Love about a liquor boy, will you hit me up? I lost control. Will you help me? Love about a liquor boy, will you hit me up? I lost control.